Hello there and good day. Thank you so much for joining me at Dystopian Report, the place where we talk about the nightmare world we have found ourselves living in. I'm your host, Jesse Pullman, and today is May 28th. It's about 4:30 p.m. EDT as I make this video. The year is 2025. Today we're going to talk briefly about what it's going to take to put America back together, assuming the country indeed has another election whereby we can start overturning the Trump regime. And yes, the Covenant Starship in the thumbnail is for you, good buddy, who asked me a question. Okay. To be fair, Richard asked, quote, "How do you think the Democrats will treat the current regime once they retake power? Personally, I see them learning nothing and pardoning them instead of dealing with them properly," unquote. But, in keeping with our motif here of there is no fate but what we make, I'm providing the learning up front. The long and short of it is that we're going to need what's called a truth and reconciliation process. You might hear this called a truth commission or a truth and justice commission, but I like truth and reconciliation because I feel like that word has a little bit more of an implication towards getting to the truth and doing what needs to be done to heal the divide, to reconcile, and not only to dispense justice post facto. But let's not pretend justice isn't part of reconciliation either. It's just aimed towards being restorative, not retributive. So according to one definition provided by Wikipedia, quote, "A truth commission, 1, is focused on past rather than ongoing events. 2, investigates a pattern of events that took place over a period of time. 3, engages directly and broadly with the affected population, gathering information on their experiences. 4 is a temporary body with the aim of concluding with a final report, and 5 is officially authorized or empowered by the state under review," unquote. Okay, so the key idea we're taking here is that a Truth and Reconciliation Commission is derived from past issues. For America in a hypothetical 2029, that means we first and foremost have to put Trumpist fascism in the past, forever. That means being willing to reconcile with what we, the people, have allowed to be done in our names. That means that politicians need to know, and they need to know it ASAP, that this is going to be required of them to actually get past this once and for all, lest we backslide like we did in 2024. What that means might be up to the individual proposing the project in the first place. So since I'm the one proposing it, let me give you a few things to think about, kind of like guidelines. It also means critically evaluating pretty much all of U.S. history, since we haven't really done such a thing ever. That means things like the enslavement of Africans and the genocide of Native Americans must finally, once and for all, be reconciled with. And how about the way women were treated throughout history? These are just some examples, and this process will not be pretty, nor should anyone pretend it would be. It means restitution for the foundational sins of our country, compensation for slavery, Jim Crow, and redlining. It means turning land over to the descendants of natives. It means enshrining women's rights to bodily autonomy in the Constitution, if we aren't making a whole new document to begin, which honestly, at this point, I think we might need. In more recent, less historical contexts, it also means things such as holding all of the ICE agents who are disappearing people without due process accountable, preferably with suitably long jail sentences. So if you think I'm not abolish ICE, I definitely am. In fact, they've committed some crimes, and following orders is not an excuse, and it's not a protection. You have ways out. If you're ordered to do something illegal, you refuse to do it. And if they hold you accountable for that, good, that means you're a good person. It means ensuring that those who violated the law are, unlike during the Biden administration, held accountable for it. Swift, fair, but strict trials must be held for everyone, yes, everyone who is accused of violating the law. If someone deprives another of due process, that should require a jail sentence, with compounding sentences for each time they did it. I believe this is the only practical pathway forward. Anything less, and it's all too likely that the many bad apples which led to this rot will simply continue to sit in the barrel, spreading the decay. Instead of being stamped out, Trumpism will linger as the truth is ignored or muddied to make certain people look better than maybe they should. In fact, the term Trumpism does not completely encapsulate the MAGA movement or its fascist allies. We've tried pardoning villains to heal the nation in the past. We've been trying it since at least Nixon. It's time to actually try holding the villains accountable. If that sounds radical to you, well, your other solution is to continue the seesawing of political power until such time that the fascists stamp out democracy once and for all, if they haven't already reached a point where they can do that, that is. After all, it was only delays in prosecuting Trump across the board that made it possible for him to run his 2024 campaign from outside of a prison cell. See Garland, Merrick. And I, for one, would rather not have Curtis Yarvin's brain trust in charge of the country forever. If you don't know who that is, check out Dystopian Report 018 for more about him. That's all I have written. I think I've said enough. I think I've given you enough things to think about. I'm turning it over to you. What would you like to see as a Truth and Reconciliation Commission in the comments down below? Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. If you found this video helpful, if it gave you some insight into some things maybe you were thinking of but couldn't put names to, maybe you've got a better name in the comments. Well, if it helped you, leave a subscribe. It's free. Subscribing is free on YouTube. It helps the channel grow. And make sure you get the videos we make. You can ring the bell too if you want. That's like super subscribed. You know, we're trying to hit 100 subscribers by the end of the year. We're at 83 last I checked. And hopefully that progress is continuing. And yeah, I have nothing more to say. It's been 6 minutes and 34 seconds. Thank you all so much for joining me. And as always on this channel, pieces. Enjoy the outro music.